First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Well, for a little bit, we thought his story had concluded, but not to be. Here's Tom Brady in his 23rd NFL season, leading the Bucs offense out once again.
And no excitement, unless you're on the defensive team of last week, in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Rams, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Certainly not the start they were looking for offensively, coming off that loss last week on the road.
And they didn't do their job. They're going to feel poorly about that. But what they're going to do is look at the defense and say, can you pick us up here? And let's face it, defenses can score. We've seen it, right? They can take the ball away, create a big-time opportunity. Let's see if they can get that done.
Yeah, just something to jumpstart this home crowd. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Back deep, Brandon Powell. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there. And just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' second Super Bowl title.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
A man who played his college ball in Tallahassee, here's Cam Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down at Stafford. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Stafford going to give this to Akers. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wonder just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Now a throw here to his running back. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now Brady. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. There are the numbers for Brate from a week ago. 8 catches, 90 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And Brate has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. A gain of 3, 2nd down. To throw, it's Brady. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Brady to throw. He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell. And he is going to have a Bucs first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. The Buccaneers at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. On first down, Brady. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Leonard Floyd has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
A give running right is Gainwell.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now Brady.
Drops this one down to Gainwell. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So Brady departs, and on is Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal.
The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. Succop's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. On the move to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Stafford. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll try and run for this with Akers.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Brady gives this one to Vaughn.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. The offense on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Jake Camarda now.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The football going back to the Rams now.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
On third down, here's a run by Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the first.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bucs are going to take over first and 10 deep in their own territory. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
From the 16, Brady.
That's complete to Tyler Johnson.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. To throw is Brady. Underneath, he's got Brady. Calling a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down.
Well, these two teams, you may remember, battled in the NFC divisional round last year, and that game was also here at Raymond James Stadium. The Rams ran out to a 27-3 lead. Before the Bucs and Tom Brady, they rallied all the way back. But in the end, former Buck Matt Gay hit the game winner at the gun, and the Rams advance 30-27.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. On play action, now Brady into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
After the interception, here's Stafford.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
To throw again on second down. Stafford.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Stafford.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Throwing again is Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Stafford. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll run here with Akers.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Now Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Bryson Hopkins.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Brady now on first down. He's going to have the hook up to Gage.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Throwing now is Brady.
Toward the sideline, and he locates Gage.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Throwing on second and long. Brady. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot before half for Brady. He's going to float this over the middle deep. That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Marcus Mariota, strong in the victory, as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. DeAndre Swift, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Joe Burrow, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? Find out? Let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Rams to take over. Last week, they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Eluding the pressure right. Man open is Robinson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Caught out left side by Robinson. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Going right back to Akers. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now it's Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Play action. Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Stafford. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
And Gay knocks this one through.
And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a play fake. Brady. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Running right, this is Gainwell.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa.
Now Brady.
Here's a screen with Gainwell.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady.
And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
What we would consider generational for most players, we simply take for granted at this point with Aaron Donald. 7th straight All-Pro season last year, complete with 12.5 sacks and a career high in tackles. And who can forget the sequence he had down the stretch to help Los Angeles secure a Super Bowl win.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Stafford on first down. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Here's a run with Akers on second down.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw, Stafford.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
A give up the middle to Akers.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
On the give, this is Akers.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Henderson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
This is caught. Touchdown, Rams.
Van Jefferson.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Rams are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was all capped off by the Van Jefferson touchdown reception.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So out come the Bucs now.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Setting up the screen with Gainwell.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Brady.
They'll dump this one off here to White. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And Brate, the tight end's got it.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Brady.
Quick throw, finding Mike Evans.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
To throw, it's Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Brady to throw again. The quick slant caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Vaughn. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
From the end zone, Stafford
to Jefferson on the slant.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. William Golston in on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 47 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for L.A., they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.